3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from FXWithTerry.com.
Good morning, everyone. Tuesday, August 20th. Let's look at some real-time, real-life Forex trading results. AUD USD is the free signal being sent out, and boy, is it pushing. However, I'm going to make my statement up front here. The market, she go sideways. I'll say it again. The market, she go sideways. A lot of entries. Absolutely, it seems there's zero movement. Zero movement other than there's a few pairs pushing against. And it appears to be, and we'll look at the full algorithm, appears to be USD pairs. Wonder why. Is the US dollar in turmoil? Are we up against a really weird election? I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a degenerate gambler. So this is going to be a great trade, and in fact, there's a few others, or at least one other USD pair that is looking really ripe, that has pushed insanely far. Here's the day chart on AUD USD. We actually talked about this, I believe, yesterday, where we had this, 10 days ago, two weeks ago, we had this huge wick down, taking everybody out and pushing up. The only thing I'm kind of looking at right now in terms of analysis, which, again, analysis doesn't mean shit. And I don't analyze currency pairs. However, you can see where our price is here. And if we look back in time, we've got a top over here, which essentially may be what it's going for, which is perfectly fine, because all that will do is if we do move up a little bit farther, our TP is right here, so our TP will move up a little farther, and when we do get a pullback, it should be a pretty simple trade. History, obviously nothing closed. I'm only sending out one free signal at a time. Nothing closed overnight, and 267.60 profit-wise for the week. So that indicates that, again, volume is just pretty slow. For the month, 636.48, and actually I believe this is a new account that we were tracking, so that's probably only for about 2 weeks. So yeah, not a problem getting into AUD USD as a sell any time in here. If you're in all of these trades, this is going to be massively profitable, especially if you have bid properly. Depending on where you jumped in. If you jumped in later, and then you can jump in at whatever lot size you want and then increase it as my system increases. Or if you're in from the beginning, then you need to, enter every one of these trades and increase as the system does. It's all math. It's just math. That's all it is. It's just math. So let's move on to the pause screen. I'm going to take you to the next account. Stand by, let me pull it up. I'll tell you what we're looking at here. Here we are. I'm not showing the actual trades because this is a paid subscriber feed. But we are in 5 Euro USD trades. So again, like I said, USD kind of pushing. And I'm going to take a look at the history here. I'll share the history. So this account, this is what's called my 10 pip hybrid. And this is a subset of my overall algorithm. We had an AUD CHF sell trade close at $197.06 profit overnight for the week. $6,892.58 in trades closed in profit. And I believe, there you go, for the month, $32,292.23. So good. Nothing but net profit on that particular feed. Let's jump to the next one here. Yeah, check this out. So let me pull this up. And this is that sample kind of demo account that I was talking about yesterday. We entered a USD JPY buy trade, and this is manual. I'm doing this as a kind of educational purpose. I woke up this morning, it was about $100 in drawdown. I did a hedge. Okay, so I did an equal and opposite. We were in a buy at 0.15. I did a sell at 0.15. What's interesting is most of the night, this original UJ buy trade was profitable. About $50, $60 profitable in this particular case. So what I did was I hedged, and I did this for instructional purposes. Now, what's interesting is in this particular case, we'll go look at the chart, I would have done exactly what's going on here. I would have hedged and waited because we're getting some negative, we're getting some sell pressure here when we did a buy. This is random Forex trading. Random Forex trading. Again, I'm using this as an example to literally show you the hedge concept. What I have done here is I've protected my capital. I have frozen the drawdown in all basic senses, but I've protected my capital. Look at my margin level percent. 0. That's because I'm in an equal buy and a sell. Now, I'm going to click on this. We'll go look at the chart. This is the day chart. I'm just kind of watching this to see what's going on. I'm gonna just make some general analysis guesses based off of support and resistance. Okay. On the day chart, we have a support area right here. Got a big wick. Their intent was to go up. They did. They're coming back. They may come back here, touch, and bounce again. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to start making some decisions when I see that it's going to... All right, here's a better way for me to tell you this. Based off of what it does is what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to do trades up front and go, I think it's going to go this way. I'm going to let it do what it's going to do. I'll give you an example. If it comes to this support area, let's just talk about one of the most likely things that can happen or that will happen. Sorry, little pause there. I need some coffee. Let's say it bounces here. Okay. At some point, my hedge, which is the sell trade here, will go back to break even. When it does that, I'll want to get out and be right back in on this particular buy that I randomly entered. That's one of, obviously, a lot of different scenarios. But there's some likely ones. Now, on the other hand, and it's funny when people say this, right? But I'm going to say it. It might bounce. It might not bounce. Okay? And it's funny, when I see people do that, they're actually analyzing the chart for entry. We're already in the trade. At this point, I'm just taking some random, some random ideas to see how I can get out of this. Now, if this has not gone too far on me, it's no big deal. I'm at $100 drawdown. You know, there's no emergency scenario here. However, depending on how crazy this currency pair goes, I might just want to get out. So that's one of my first thoughts. Okay, my direction was wrong. My goal is not to hedge and try to make it continually profitable. My goal is to hedge, get out at break even, get out. I was wrong about the direction. Let's wait. Right, type of thing. So just keep that in mind. It's possible, the way the price action plays out here, that I could add an additional sell trade if it goes farther and potentially that would allow me to get out at break even. Or like I said, the hedge trade can get canceled out and the price can go this way and we'll get out at a profit. You know, so in the end, once I have hedged like I did, I just want you to remember this, because this is the skill set everyone in Forex needs. This is how you can use my system, potentially bid more than you would and I'll just be honest, from an emotional standpoint, because people get emotional about their money. You could bid more. And when I say emotional, here's what I really mean. If you've been in the market for a while, you're making money, and then some people are making money, and then they lose their entire account because they were over trading for the scenario that came up. If you have the ability to manage your trades with a hedge and some general relative analysis and guessing, just kind of playing the screen, playing the visuals, playing the math, you can get out and survive. And in this particular case, in this test account, this is a pretty small account. $937.55 is our balance, right? I don't think it's going to be very helpful to scale down in time frame, because I can kind of, I really like looking at maybe the H4 or the day time frame. You can see here on the H4 that it is pushing back to, we got a little bit of a wick, got a lot of a wick. It popped up and it's pushing back. So this may be the bottom here. And we'll get a sense of that, especially if you look at this candle that's happening now. If this thing pushes and pulls back and we get a wick there, I might start thinking to myself that it's going to go back the other way. I'm not really going to make any moves. I'm gonna get out of this hedge here when it goes to break even, and we'll see. I mean, heck, it could hover around in the middle here. All right, no big deal, because I'm not out of my particular drawdown / margin percent level, kind of limits. And then maybe it pushes again. Maybe I hedge again, and maybe it comes out of the hedge, and maybe I get out of the hedge again. I kind of play it, and that's typically what ends up happening to you. You end up getting into an area of let's go back a little bit. You end up getting into an area that maybe like this, where you were in a trade, and it's just in this, just up and down, up and down, up and down. And then in this particular case, you can see that you've got this area of going sideways, and then it just busted out of it. So you got to be ready for that, whichever way it's going to go, if it does that. And that's, again, one of thousands of different scenarios and patterns and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what's going on there. I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on it. I've locked it in. I'm going to let it do what it's going to do. I'm going to let it do what it's going to do. If my sell gets to be, equal to my buy, and, they're getting a lot of separation there, I'll start making some decisions. But I want you to see this in real time over the next days, weeks, months, years, where we're going to practice this continually, this concept of entering a random trade and managing it. I'm just going to manage this. All right. Pause. And we'll look at some of the other accounts here and move on for the day. Let's look at the overall algorithm. I will pull it up here. In fact, I'm going to be a nice guy and share the entire algorithm with you today. And what we're looking at here is called my Premium Signals Monitor. It's taking every trade in my system, all 22 currency pairs, bidding a base level lot size at $1, and this gives you an idea of what's going on with the market. So general numbers, $4,000 drawdown, 200,000% margin level. Not really looking at those too much. I'm more so looking at, if you come down here, I think it was NZD USD. This thing has went, and I've been wanting to enter this. I think I even talked about it last week. Let's count how many NZD USD trades we are in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We're in 19. That's a hell of a push for a currency pair. Let's go look at it on the chart. Let's pull up the day. Now, interestingly enough, and we'll look at this, you can see the TP over here. We're in a sell trade. price is here. We only need to come back a little bit to hit that TP. And again, this is the day chart, so there's some distance there. So I'm looking at this. I want to enter this on some other accounts that I trade, some manual accounts, where I just take like the sweetest trades of all time. This is going to be a sweet, sweet trade because it's pushed so far. Like, look at this huge wick down here. Very similar to the AUD USD. So this is, again, a USD, this is a /USD pair. But as I look at this, look at where the price is. As I move left, look at where the price is. And I tend to pay a little bit of attention to this once I'm in a trade, not on trade entries. You can see we're right at the most recent high. Now, if I scroll over, and you can tell it, of course the screen's going to move, but you can tell where the current price is right now. Look where we had a touch here, big wick here, touch here, big wick here. So that's definitely an area of interest, meaning it may bounce off of that. So I'm kind of looking for that, and I will be entering myself some pretty nice sell trades in this particular, scenario. So don't take my advice. Remember, I'm an idiot. I'm a degenerate gambler. I don't know what I'm talking about. But what I'm following is what I know works, and that's this algorithm, right? This algorithm just works. As far as history goes on this, for the day, if you're trading the entire system, $106.12. Now, I did a comparison yesterday because, people get FOMO. They fear of, it's fear of missing out. They're like, well, all these trades I'm missing out on because I'm trading a subset, which is, my feed called the 10 pip hybrid. Not really. It depends on what you're bidding per se, because I saw if you're bidding, put it this way. If you're going to trade the entire system, you probably are going to bid the absolute minimum, 0.01 lot size. So that means in this case, instead of making $106, you'd have made $10.60 or whatever, right? You just scaled that down by 10. Whereas if you look at the 10 pip hybrid, it allows you to bid more because you're not at as much risk. You have to understand that. That's why I scale it back and use a subset of my 22 currency pairs. If you're going to trade the 22 currency pairs because you have FOMO, fear of missing out, then you're going to have to bid a lot less. But guess what? When you do get in trouble and you got a lot of, let's go back here. You got a lot of USD pairs. Look at all of these. Let's see if it's actually the USD pairs that are pushing. I just kind of glanced at this. So yeah, AUD USD pushing. Okay, so that's a USD pair. Let's look here. Let's look at anything else that's pushing. None of those are pushing. Euro NZD, a little bit. That's not that much. Although euro is more associated with US dollar there. So Euro USD, not much going on there. Seems pretty normal. GBP USD, pretty normal. But yeah, so and then we end up with NZD USD, which is just pushing like crazy. What do we got down here? USD CAD, pushing pretty hard. Looks like it's about to pop back up. Let's look at that on the chart here. Yeah, so we're close. If I scale out to the 1 hour chart, pricing is currently going sideways right here. Our TP's right here. So yeah, we're not far off. Like, there you go. Free trade for you if you're watching this and you're not paying for the subscription and you're not getting all of these automated trades. USD CAD buy. The final 3 are in profit. It is headed in the right direction. That's typically what I look for. I mean, that's pretty indicative. We've got depth of trades here. We've got the last 3 in profit, headed towards the take profit. That's indicative of, okay, I could jump into that. So will the degenerate gamblers please stand up? Please stand up. So USD Chief, USD JPY seem pretty normal there. So there you go. You got to see the entire algorithm. $106.12 for the day, $1,819.15 for the week. Looking pretty good. Let's pause, go back to my account list here, and I believe the last thing I'm going to look at is that new algorithm. And this will freak you out a little bit, but check this out. Let me pull it up on my end here. 345, here it is. And it's in a lot of trades. And it is really in danger area as far as the margin level percent. It's at 471, right? Listen, this is a test. This is a mathematical algorithm that will close down losses, close down profits, do partial close down, so on and so forth. And essentially is designed not to let this get too far. Obviously, we're in an absolute batshit crazy market because if you look at these trades, let me zoom out to the day. It's basically doing, it's basically doing what a crazy currency pair will do, right? Or really, I'd say more so crazy movements these days. Got a huge push up, got a little bit of a wick there. Really what's probably going to happen, because if you scroll to the left here, we've already went past the most recent high. But I'm thinking there's probably a turnaround here. And when there is, listen, the algorithm is paying attention. The algorithm is watching this, okay? It's understanding a lot of different things, volume, support and resistance, and then trading against its open trades and not allowing a lot of volume to happen. Now, I have not looked at the settings or programming on this. I've just been letting it run lately. I don't believe it should be letting itself go that far, but we have a really, really crazy market. I like the fact that we got this wick up here. And if we get a turnaround, all of these trades are going to turn out really, really well. This thing is designed to survive in a market like this. We're going to see how wrong I am. Now, the only thing that let's say this thing loses and blows out the entire account. That doesn't mean the mathematics were right. That means I didn't give the system enough. I didn't give the system enough to trade with. So I have a base lot size of 0.10 rolling on this. If this blows out, I'll probably pull it way back. I'll pull it all the way back to like the minimum. And I'd be curious to see what it pulls for a month on GBP USD, let's say, bidding a 0.01 lot size base and see what it really pulls. Right now we're at 18% for the month. That's pretty high, right? It means I'm probably bidding way too much. So yeah, let me. I know that a couple people said some stuff here. Let me look. Yeah, and Mark was kind of reiterating what I said. Anytime he's in a hedge situation, his mindset is get out at or near break even. Yeah. I used to get into the hedge situation and go, okay, I got to make this thing profitable. So I got to add a trade here and add a trade here. And then, I get myself in more trouble. It's place the hedge, take a breath, let the market make its major move. Because typically by the time you've hedged, the market's probably going, you know what, I pushed hard and I'm going to go sideways for a while. And let it decide which way it's going to go out of that. So. And then Mark said, July and August have had most pairs move more than double their normal movement. It's been wild. Yeah, absolutely. You can't predict it. You can't really even expect it. Last summer, all we had was GJ and UJ went really hard. Now this summer, we've had AUD pairs, JPY pairs, now USD. We've had some Swiss franc pairs push. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I think didn't we have Euro Swiss franc push really crazy at the beginning of the summer. So yeah, we're just riding it out, and probably the best way to ride it out is to pull your bids back, to certainly understand the hedging concept so you can protect yourself, and to trade a subset of my full algorithm, right? Like, that's probably the best way to do it, which is my 10 pip hybrid. So one thing, and I don't have on my list. I need to put it on my list. Hold on. Let me pull up something. I'll say what it is once I get it up here. So I haven't been looking at this lately. We had some crazy trades, but there's no gold trades open right now. But overnight we closed, and this is the main algorithm. We closed $12.28. So that means you could scale it up. My base bid is 0.01, but you could bid 2 times that, 5 times that, 10 times that, whatever you want, and you would make 2 times that, 5 times that, 10 times that, whatever you want. As you know, we had a pretty crazy gold runaway trade. Was it last week? Week and a half ago, within that time. And I think that kind of freaked everybody out. But all you got to do is you got to be ready with that hedge and be able to protect yourself if you don't like the way something's going. And that's probably rare. If you're hedging all the time, you're bidding too much. If you're hedging once a month, once every 6 weeks, once every 2 months, you're bidding properly. So that's probably a good gauge. Because this system, my gold scalper, it runs really well. It does really well. And you're looking at the base feed right here. This is what I send out to you. And you can scale it up from there. So, all right, that's it for Tuesday. I've been getting a late start lately. It's just, I don't know, this summer kicked my ass. I've never worked so hard in my life. So hopefully you give me a little bit of a break there. I've just been getting a really late start. I mean, hell, it's 1:22 p.m. here Eastern time. Back when I was in Arizona for the winter, I was getting up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, just bouncing out of bed. I was ready to go. Well, guess what? I wasn't working as hard as I am here in the summer, taking care of the yard and building a pool and blah, blah, blah. So, all right, that's it. I appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow morning. It will be Wednesday, August 21st, and I will talk to you then. Take care.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.